Hawkins loosened defence, start of the second quarter, and Footscray by 26 points. Oh, Liberatore there. Gee, I hope he's okay. Tui in pursuit with Kickett. Little one by Tui was effective though. Missed by Corcoran. McAdam, still McAdam, and Liberatore has picked himself up, but he's still got hold of himself at the moment. I don't blame him. Gee.
There's a nasty blow to cop.
Now Vidovic wins the tap cleverly. Bowie runs onto it. Liberatore, forever the terrier after him. Now Mansfield. Well, that looked as if he was straight for the boundary line and out of play.
Yes, he sought the refuge of the boundary line on that occasion. Didn't disguise it all that well. And Footscray have made a great move in putting Hawkins back there, and that's what, in fact, what I thought St Kilda should have done in the first quarter, and had Nicky Winmar playing their loose man in defence.
Well, Doug Hawkins has done that many, many times in the past out at the Western Oval, Footscray's home ground, Tim, and has done it successfully.
Well, he's an intelligent player. He'll make the correct decision from back there, and he can commence to start the play from the half-back line.
Stuart Lowe to do the ruck work against Scott Wine. Wind at the back. Well, he won that one, but it didn't go to their advantage. Now, there's Robert Harvey going to ground, and the umpire will come in and bounce again.
Sorry, Peter. Steve Wallace has done a good job on Robert Harvey, hasn't he? Robert Harvey very quiet in the first quarter.
Good player, Stephen Wallace, playing his 200th league game as it's knocked back towards the half-forward line by Lowe. Oh, was that deliberate? Yes. And good to see the umpire playing that, because that was the intention to tap it straight over the line.
Yes, and if they didn't pay one sooner or later, this game would just be full of them for the rest of the day. So I think the players now will get the message, and when they go towards the boundary line, they're going to have to be a little bit more scientific with the way they see it over.
Dean Gregg in among the cameramen. He will kick from right on the line. That's a good-looking drop punt, lands right up in the square. It's thumped through. And for a behind by Tony Campbell. So behind on the board, there's Dean Gregg on screen. Behind are the Saints. So they move on to 1-1. Footscray remain on 5-2.
Campbell, they call him the gloved one, as he goes to halfback, gets good distance. Wine and Vidovic against one another. Atkins tried to get it away. Was quickly tackled. Kickett well played with some strength. Barged his way through. Bowie went to ground, unable to break through. Kickett again there with Tui. Gang tackling you'd expect here from Footscray in this second quarter.
Yes, Footscray have been very strong on the defensive side of their game. And Kickett's impressed since St Kilda did recruit him from Western Australia. He doesn't get a lot of possessions, but he's very creative on the forward line. He tackles very well.
It's his third league club in a very short career. Free kick to Wine. Sweeps out a handball to Reynolds. Reynolds been given the job on Lowe today. Up to half or centre wing. Corcoran at the back. And that just out of play. And for every minute that Footscray can hold St Kilda up, it is a bonus.
Yeah, they'll be happy to just force the ball along this boundary line until they can work it into a position where they can start to centre it and attack.
Well, here's Corcoran to the half-forward line. Devonport is there. Now, how will the umpire see that? Holding the man against Devonport. Collinott to Stephen Wallace. Wallace, nicely weighted kick to half. Well, Del Rey used his body beautifully. Now, Danny Del Rey is a magnificent kick of a football. Now, Lockett couldn't make the distance from about a similar position, Tim.
No, I think he's the man with the barra.
Well, he's chipping it in. Oh, look at this. Unmarked is Doug Hawkins, who's playing a loose man in defence. He has snuck up the ground into the hole. No one has picked him up. He's going to shoot for goal from 25 metres.
Yes, and as I mentioned before, Hawkins, a very intelligent player, moved all the way down the field, and there he's bobbing up with some space on the forward line and a very important goal.
Well, he's going for his second goal. He stabs it low into the breeze. He might have missed this. He has. He had the right idea. And there's Terry Wheeler and Teddy Whitten Jr. So Dougie Hawkins has missed what he should have got really in the finish.
5-3-1-1. Morris straight down the centre. Hawkins again puts a hip and shoulder on Rouse Smith. He put a beauty on last Sunday. Rouse Smith did pretty well. Devonport. Morris, danger. Oh, big danger here. Vidovic, well done. Bowie looked for a free kick, didn't get it. Atkins crashes through, goes for goal, and gets some distance into the breeze.
He should have done a lot more with that, though, didn't he? There was two Footscray players, Del Rey and Grant, onto one St Kilda player, and he should have done a lot more. He normally shows a lot more poise than that. On that occasion, just blasted away.
I think the wind just got hold of it too in the end. Shanahan, McAdam marks at centre half back.
That pressure applied by the Footscray forwards on the St Kilda backs was magnificent.
Robert Harvey there, not getting much out of him. Oh, he's kicked straight to Coleman. Bad play by Harvey. Look at this, loose men everywhere. Steve Wallace in towards Grant. Grant plays on. He races into goal. Chris Grant. And Chris Grant, I think he's kicked it. Yes. So Chris Grant, the star of this game, he's kicked 3 goals. Footscray, what a handy one. 6-3 to 1-1.
And Footscray making St Kilda pay. And I would expect that we'd see a fella go out in a green tracksuit to Robert Harvey and tell him that, son, we've got the wind behind us. It's a gale blowing down the ground. Get some distance with your kicks.
Three goals to Grant. Footscray lead by 32 points. They led by 34 points last week in a similar position against Geelong. But this match will be a lot harder to kick goals today. Harvey takes the mark. 50,000 people scream, kick it long, Robert, and he doesn't. And for the second time gives it away to Kellett. And they could make them pay here, though Coleman falls over. The Kellett kick wasn't good. Morris, play Grant again. Still Grant. Morris with him. And off the ground. And just for the moment, Tim, you get the feeling that St Kilda is panicking.
St Kilda are panicking. They've lost all sign of poise in their play. And Robert Harvey, who played almost a perfect game last week, in the last 2 minutes has made 2 terrible blues.
Coleman threw it out, had one arm hurled and threw it out to Kellett and has been penalised at half forward. 39-7, and this has been an excellent first 10 minutes for Footscray in this second quarter.
As it ever, Vidovic at half back. He should be looking to kick it long. Now he's gone short. Ridiculous play. Atkins, Liberatore into Del Rey. He couldn't take the mark. Shanahan well played. But I can't believe that St Kilda want to chip it short, kicking with the strong breeze. Here it is at half back. Oh, good play by the Bulldogs as it comes out towards Corcoran. Corcoran wide to Toohey. Bernard Toohey chips it in. Danny Del Rey. It's punched away. Devonport, he went without it. Oh, he's lying on top of the ball down there, Shanahan, but he eventually gets it out. Craig Devonport, he elects to kick long this time. The ironical cheers of the Saints supporters, but once again the kick goes to a Footscray man. It was Baxter.
To Coleman, cops a heavy one from Daniels. Now Newport and Atkins off the ball. Coleman plays on to half forward. Grant the target, has 2 to beat. Magnificent football. He has been the big star of this match today. What a talent he is, 19 years of age.
He's a real talent.
Now, 65 metres out, too far out. Del Rey provides one lead. Vidovic is back on his own in the square. So there are not a lot of options here for Grant. I don't think he minds too much that he is taking his time, by the way. Every second valuable. Grant pops it up towards Del Rey, has a fly. Unable to take it, McAdam. Devonport again kicks it long. Coleman against the flow of the football here. Winmar with skill. Well played Crediuk, though, who started this match well. Newport gets it away in a hurry. Kick it. Weaves, dodges, tries to set it up. Centering kick not effective. Baxter had to sit and wait. Manswood, I should say, has plenty of time. Goes to fall forward. McPherson, but taken clearly by Vidovic at centre half back.
St Kilda's use of the ball at the moment is absolutely abysmal, as we see the short pass come to McAdam. Again, it's a sprayed kick. Look at that. Straight to Kellett. Kellett on the left foot. A booming left foot. Magnificent kick by Kellett. Finds Collinwood. Collinwood in short. Oh, they're playing inspired football. Footscray. This is Steve McPherson. He should be looking to kick it long. He chips it across. Steve Wallace on his own. Oh, St Kilda not manning up. And again, it's Coleman on his own. Can he get there? No, he can't. Ralph Smith put his body on the line. Well played by Sean Ralph Smith. He saved it 8, and he found Robert Harvey, who now this time kicks long, and listen to the cheers of the crowd.
Free kick, Winmar being held on to.
I think one of the reasons why St Kilda aren't moving the ball well is that the pressure being applied by Footscray.
Again, Winmar with a long one. Again, the crowd roar. Well played by Reynolds. Burke Mansfield did a good job. Baxter went to ground, gets a free kick. It'll come back to Baxter. Now to Hawkins. To Wine. Now there's his option. To Mansfield. They're running it out of defence. Short, not a good kick. That's loose. Footy's deteriorated a bit. Bowie, Harvey, back to Bowie. All cleaned up. Reynolds over the back of Lowe. Free kick down the ground to Lowe. Flatten then Bowie. And Lowe, who's had a quiet day. Here's Bowie. Pretty up late. Kept the elbow down.
Yes, he was committed. There wasn't much in it, and we see Dale Kickett coming off the ground and Fletcher coming back on. Fletcher started the game on the half-forward flank, not doing a lot in the first quarter. St Kilda really do need a lot more from their little middle-sized players and their midfielders.
And they need a goal here, Tim. Low from 45 metres, drop punt. Just missing behind. So the Saints have crawled their way up to 1-2. As they look on there, David Grant and Dale Kickett, and Footscray at 6-3 as Campbell comes to half-back.
Well, unless they do something soon, it could be the end of their season. They really need a couple of quick goals. McAdam, now Liberatore. Well, good play by the little rover as he puts it to the safety of the boundary line. Scoreboard, 6 goals, 3 Footscray. St Kilda 1 goal, 2. They'll have to get a move on. 14.5 minutes to go till half-time. And Footscray successfully bottling them up at the moment. Wind, because they're prepared to work hard for the ball. Here's Harvey. He's surrounded. He's got a great capacity to shrug the tackle. Magnificent kick. Oh, Daniels has dropped it. Cleverly taps it on. With Footscray harassing. Here's Fletcher. Now McAdam. Now Newport. They're wanting the handball. They've got the loose man now. They should be looking for Lockett. Devonport on the left foot. Lockett. Oh, great mark. Tony Lockett. Strength and class.
That was a wonderful bit of play. He used all his strength and all his class to get that one. Propping, holding Campbell back, and then just putting out the one mid.
Well, Lockett kicks St Kilda's only goal into the breeze. They really need this one. He's captain for today. He's got to set the example by kicking this goal. He's taking his time. He is one of the great kicks for goal in league football. Even so, he'd be pretty nervous as he comes in to kick. The big hands round that ball from directly in front. Tony Lockett. He kicks and he's goal. So Lockett has kicked 2. Maybe that'll lift the Saints. A badly needed goal. St Kilda 2-2 to Footscray 6-3.
Yes, and St Kilda still clogging up with possessions midfield before they finally let go with the ball. And it was Devonport, who is a good playmaker, to kick the ball down, a left foot kick to Lockett, and Lockett with all his brute strength doing the rest.
Two, 6-3. Lockett with his second goal. 130 for the season. Winmar off the ground. Kellett against the tide off the ground. Hawkins, loose man in defence. Left foot. Footscray seem to have got more distance into the breeze than St Kilda. Devonport takes the mark. It was a good kick a moment ago by Devonport on his left foot to be able to get it to Lockett. Now Devonport's kick, swirly breeze. That one almost, I think, held up. 2 Footscray players went. Fletcher got it to Newport, to centre half forward. Well played, Pekin. McPherson looks for a free kick and he gets it. At centre half back. Just every now and then I get the feeling that the wind's playing tricks here, because Footscray has got some distance into it. Here's Liberatore, switches it wide to Baxter at half back. A kick towards centre wing, Corcoran. And running it out was Ralph Smith, but that won't worry Footscray too much if the Saints run it over the boundary line at this stage.
And Footscray will be happy just to work the ball down this flank. taking it as close as they can to the line and holding the play up for as long as they possibly can.
There's Vidovic racing back. Bowie gets it to McAdam. McAdam, a clever hand pass. Finds Newport. Newport on the left foot. Brings it in looking for Lowe. I think he's underneath it. He is. Umpire calling play on as Scotty Wine gets it across to Tui. Tui caught. Gets in a hand pass to Baxter. St Kilda working hard at half forward. There's Fletcher thrown off the ball. The hand pass comes out to Credium. On it comes to Liberatore. Now to the star of the game, in my opinion, Grant. Oh, it's still in play. Gee, it's his day, Chris Grant. And the boundary up, I said it crossed the line. I don't know whether it did. Tim, I didn't think it did.
No, I think both the players went across the line, but the ball definitely stayed in.
Yes, I thought the same. As we see the big thump by Vidovic. Here's a chance for Sean Ralph Smith. He should look for Lockett. Lockett has one out down in the goal square, but Wine gets into the hole. Lockett, thumped away by Wine. Well played. And over the line, he's getting back to help out Tony Campbell.
Yes, and that was courageous play by Wine, because that ball sat a long way up in the ball and it kept going back further and further. As we see that ball then not actually going over the line. Both the players did go over the line, but the ball managed to stay in play.
Low and Wine, there's a bit of strength there, isn't there, as the ball goes out again. Harvey running onto it.
So that'd be a daunting prospect, wouldn't it, going back with the flight of the ball, knowing that big Tony Lockett's about to converge on top of you.
Well, he's done it well, Wine. He's a man of great courage, playing his first final here today.
Well, the only way you stop that, Bruce, is to get the ball quicker down to Lockett. If you're slow getting it there, it gives Wine time to get back.
Well, he actually did a brilliant job, because Ralph Smith banged it down in a hurry a moment ago. Low against Wine again, taken by McAdam. McAdam quickly. Now Lockett's one out with a chance. Well done, big fellow. Free kick. Hanging on.
He's strong, isn't he, Tim?
Yes, he's a mountain of a man. And one out, I would back him against any player in the AFL.
Well, you just can't imagine anyone to beat him one-on-one, could you?
I think it was a mark.
Well, it's in a difficult situation where he's put his body between you and the ball, and there's no way known that you're going to move him or get around him to try and knock the ball away.
The immovable object he is, and what a great player, going for goal number 131, but more importantly than that, the third goal today.
And the quick kick to where he was one out, that's what I was trying to say, Bruce, to get it to him quickly.
From the goal square virtually, that's where Campbell's standing on the edge. Lockett bends down, drop punt, leans back, hooks it, but kicks a goal. 3 to Lockett, 3 to St Kilda, and they edge closer. Not too far away now at 3-2 to 6-3.
Yeah, this is a critical 5 minutes now for Footscray. They really do need to hold up, whilst St Kilda need to mount an onslaught. At no stage during this quarter have they been able to put a couple of goals together. They now need to do that, and Footscray need to continue to hold them so they could go into a half-time with a significant gap.
Atkins finding the close attention of Stephen Newport annoying. Newport is a good tagger. Vidovic versus Wine. No decisive hit out. Daniels went in. Oh, Nathan Burke copped it across the head, I feel. Is he going to get a free kick? No. So it'll be a bounce. Centre of the ground. No, a throw up. Wine and Vidovic. Umpire calls play on. It's shuffled out towards Atkins from Wallace. Here's Colin Nook, a quick kick to the half-forward line. Coleman loses it. Punched away by Ralph Smith. Corcoran, he went without it. Well done by McAdam. Pekin puts on the tackle, and the umpire, Dennis Rich, had a good view of that, and good umpire, and there was no free kick there. And it will be, probably throw it up here, he will.
Vidovic and Coleman. Maybe just Vidovic. McAdam's been useful. Atkins has had 4 and 4. Newport's had 8 and 2 against him. Corcoran to Coleman. He's got plenty of time. Takes plenty of time. Centres it. Colin held onto by Devonport. It's loose by Devonport because Dwyer was in the box seat. Too far out, you'd think. Footscray mounting an attack, leading 39 to 20. 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Now Delray in the goal square. Very short to Liberatore. Like playing chess, isn't it? One move at a time.
It's just inching your way forward, and Liberatore, one would think, is a long way out of goal even for that man.
Drop punt. He's got onto it very well. It's right there. Big chance for a mark. Off the ground, McPherson. St Kilda with the opportunity to try and get away. McPherson was still there. Collingwood trying to weave something out. And it's going to be a ball up with Footscray 15 metres away from their goal. What a critical play this one is. A goal here would be an enormous boost to Footscray. Coleman and Vidovic, body on body. Left foot by Collingwood, a chance. Goal. Well, what a play it was. And Collingwood gets a goal out of not much, and Footscray get a big break again here at 7-3.
Yes, and Steve Collingwood really does not do enough for a player of his experience now. In the last couple of minutes, he has got his hands on the leather a couple of times and done some positive things, but Footscray need a lot more out of him.
Sean Ralph Smith off the ground and coming back on David Grant, who was banished from the ground when he couldn't handle his namesake, Chris Grant. So we're back in the centre. That was a bad one for St Kilda. 7-3 plays 3-2. Here's Tui. He gets in a hamper straight to Mick Dwyer. They've got to get a couple of goals before half-time, the Saints. Here's Corcoran. Hand pass back to Steve Wallace. They've still got control of the ball. Grant, geez, been good.
And St Kilda a little bit worried about the impact Liberatore's having on the game. They've put Burke onto Liberatore now.
Well, Coleman, some pushing and shoving. And it's going the way of Coleman. Oh, I thought Coleman did the pushing out.
Oh, certainly did.
Well, Coleman's got the kick at half forward. Let's have a look. There's Coleman. Now, he's behind. Wow. You saw that for yourself. It didn't make any difference as it turned out. Shanahan. For the half-back line. Was that a push in the back? No. Kelly races after it. Bowie is there also. Collinook again. Bowie goes to ground. Gets in a quick ball. Daniels receives from McAdam, and Footscray doing well to lock it up.
Footscray are working a lot harder than St Kilda. They're winning around the packs, and St Kilda really are going to have to do something if they're going to get back into this game.
They're the masters, aren't they, Footscray? The low-scoring, tight matches, high tackle, free kick, going to Mansfield at centre wing. I almost feel St Kilda's playing into Footscray's hands here. Now he takes on Daniels and gets around him a bit too easily in the end, and then thumps the ball to 4-4. Del Rey unable to hold what would have been a tough one. Shanahan off the ground. McPherson well played. Here's a chance. Handball to Grant. Goal number 4. Well, it's too early to say shut the gate, but it's a big, big break now.
Footscray been absolutely magnificent in this second quarter, playing into this strong breeze. They've outscored St Kilda, and that was a classical example of playing out the boundary line situation. Morris did a good job to stop that one because there was 2 Footscray players running on, and then McPherson being able to get his hands free, which he shouldn't have been able to do. That ball should have been locked up on that occasion, and then getting it onto Grant, and Grant's 4 goals, a magnificent contribution.
A huge advantage for Footscray. They've worked hard on the Saints. 8-3 to 3-2, and look at the time clock, just under 5 minutes. Look at Liberatore crushing his way into the pack. Steve Wallace dives on the ball. Now he gets it out. Robert Harvey, they really need him firing up. Wine read it well. Scott Wine, oh, Chris Grant again, no mark. Winmar mops up. Now he's got no one to give it to, so he's forced to go back onto the right foot and kick it wide. Jason Daniels, could be danger here. Daniels, a little fumble and they're in trouble. He tunnel balls that one and eventually gets a free kick. A little bit soft, that free kick.
The St Kilda players aren't playing with any confidence, are they?
Daniels, an ordinary looking kick. Coleman, disciplined play, thumps at the ground. Winmar on the left foot to the half-forward line. 2 Footscray and 1 St Kilda. It's a loose ball with Fletcher. Look at the tackling of Mansfield, tremendous. Wine Now McPherson to the half-forward line, but it's mopped up by Grant.
Kick back towards centre wing. McAdam spilt the mark, but he had some time. Then goes bang with a long one. Lowe and Lockett the targets. Reynolds well played at the back of Lowe. Gregg attacks it very strongly. Tui puts the tackle on. Play on cord. Hawkins clever. Corcoran sat and waited. It bounced. It was too slow. Put Wallace under pressure, who wasn't watching. Just a mistake there. There's Hawkins and Gregg. About 40 metres off the ball at half forward for St Kilda. Dougie would be just revelling in this at the moment. He'd be delighted with what's happened. Corcoran paves the way. Reynolds on hands and knees. Goes for the boundary line, but that would have been a cruel decision.
And Reynolds has done a wonderful job. It's almost half time, and Stewie Lowe still hasn't taken a mark in this game.
Who would have thought? Here's the tackles. Footscray 10, St Kilda 5, and I think that's the name of the game at the moment. They're committed, Footscray. There's Steve Wallace. Now he was caught high and ridden into the ground. Free kick. But they're just too committed at the moment. Atkins, in fact, received the free kick before that. Simon Atkins to the half-forward line. Valuable seconds ticking away. Grant, was he shoved out? No, the umpire had a good side on view of that. As we see Russell Morris kick it to the half-forward line. They need Lowe taking marks. As Tim Watson said, yet to take a mark, Stuart Lowe. Who would have thought that getting on towards half-time?
Yet in his defence, the ball really hasn't been pinpointed when it's gone down the field towards him. But they really do need him there, taking marks as their focal point across half-forward.
13 he took last week. There's a big difference, isn't there? Liberatore's kick away towards centre wing. Winmar. Still Winmar, unable to pick it up, surprisingly. Puts himself under a lot of pressure and then has to handball under pressure to Burke. Quick kick away. Reasonably effective. Lovely take by Dwyer. Has Gregg short. Goes long to Lockett. Here's a chance. Free kick to Campbell. Well, here's danger. Hawkins, well, he turned away from Lockett, then runs away to half-back. Free kick down the ground against Lockett.
And it's no good doing that. Tony Lockett's the captain today. He has to lead by example.
The kick to Grant. Now, is that a free kick? Oh, the St Kilda supporters won't like this. Because the free kick now the other end to Grant. Grant way out at centre wing. Baxter. The time clock. A minute to go till half-time. Magnificent performance this by Footscray. Committed performance. It hits the deck. Oh, McPherson to Liberatore. Liberatore, the little rover, sprints into goal, and he's put it through for another one. Footscray on fire. 9-3, plays 3-2.
Well, Footscray are giving St Kilda a real lesson in hard running, tackling, committed football. They're getting the numbers at the ball. On that occasion, Steve McPherson, just a magnificent bit of play. Great vision. The handball didn't hit Liberatore on the chest, but the ball was out in front of Liberatore. Liberatore had the space in front of him, and Footscray are full of running, whereas St Kilda are full of indecision.
Well, what a start here by Footscray. Magnificent first half they've played, particularly into the breeze here. Liberatore, what a terrier. Brownlow medalist 2 years ago. Best and fairest at this club last year. 57-20. It's a mammoth lead in the conditions, considering the goals today are going to be so hard to get. Atkins' quick kick away. Grant, who's kicked 4 goals today. That's one more than St Kilda's kicked for the first half. The handball by Corcoran. Wallace goes towards Coleman. Grant gets in front, slips over. Coleman back to Wallace. Seconds remaining only. And what a half by Footscray as the siren now sounds. And into the breeze, the Dogs managed 4 goals, whilst that man Lockett kicked 2 goals for St Kilda and has the 3 up to half-time. Well, Hawkins would be absolutely delighted with what's happened to half-time to date.
Oh, that's a committed effort. There's Stuart Lowe. Did not take a mark in the first half. A committed bunch, Tim.
Well, the whole Footscray side is playing magnificent football. And really, the St Kilda players will be having a good hard look at themselves, as Kenny Sheldon, their coach, will at half-time. He's got to make some moves. He's got to get some more players into the game. They've got to get some running back into their game. They really are being outnumbered at the fall of the ball, and St Kilda really do have to do some hard thinking at half-time.
And the score as they leave the ground here at Waverley Park. Footscray a 9-3-57, St Kilda 3-2-20.